What's up guys, welcome to episode 2 of this playthrough that I'm doing in last Epoch. So in this playthrough, rather than like how in the first episode it was just like chapter 1 and 2 of the campaign, in this one I'm going to be progressing like way more through it, and I'm going to be attempting to get almost all of the passive and idle slots just so that we can get closer to reaching the monoliths and everything. So the next one will definitely have like the monolith introduction and starting to get through those to get our good items and stuff, but this one was more so focused on like just through the story and things like that. So I'm gonna just have like clips and stuff of the story as I go through, plus any like other small little things that I found interesting. But yeah, thank you for clicking on the video, and I'll see you in a sec. Actually managed to get this unethical piece of body armor super early on. I'm just gonna make leveling with Glacier really nice.
I cannot do that.
I think this is the first area where these rock golem guys appear, and they're kind of like pretty tough enemies at the start, but they're not too bad to deal with. But I do know, and because I remember Lizard saying it, I think I've come across them where they're like insane enemies later on because of their scaling basically. So yeah, we hit level 28 and we can start speccing into Flame Ward, which is really nice. Honestly, I think it's the best defensive spell, like by far, and it's really nice that Mage has it. I do remember though that people were talking, it's just people talking about it, but they're saying how like it'll be curious to see if when Rune Master comes out, if there's gonna be any like shifts, and if like Flame Ward is gonna get moved from the core Mage spell into Rune Master maybe or something. I don't know, it's just like a random talk I heard. That's gonna hurt Mage a lot, but who knows, maybe it could make it even better. So there's a little gimmick on this map here where after you click on the thing here, if you teleport back to the previous map and then teleport back to this map, it still holds your progress that you had here, and you can basically skip the whole run from one corner to the other corner. And also there's like an annoying like tougher enemy that spawns while you're running towards the center. You can basically just skip him entirely if you come this way and go to activate the other side. So the area that we're about to go to now has the boss that we'd have to defeat in order to go to the end of time and then do our mastery selection pre 0.9. As you saw in the last episode, this was changed and you actually go to the end of time way earlier on, like immediately after beating chapter 2 and stuff. And I found this like quite interesting because I always had it so that, say if I was killing absolutely everything, I would then have like 6 extra points by the time I got to this part, so I could instantly put 6 in, and it's kind of like a waste of XP. But say if it was power leveling, right, then it's kind of pointless because by the time you're able to select the mastery, you've only put about 13-14 points into your base tree, so it's kind of like you can't even use the specialization, so does it even help? So I don't know, maybe down the line they're gonna change this so you only need 15 points in, or I'm not sure, maybe there's like an actual like proper speedrunning way that optimizes it, but no, I need to look into that because that's kind of interesting. So while the gambler is nowhere near the level that he was like way back, but he's still good for things up to level 40 I believe. So when we're around this level, right around level 29 as we are now, we can actually just see what the best weapon is available. So luckily with the build I'm following, I can see on the Maxroll website that quarterstaffs are actually the best weapon that I'm able to use at this point. So you can just go to the gambler, right, and then filter by this item so that only like it grays everything else out, and then you can just gamble with him to hopefully try get like a good quarterstaff. So the one I got had some like, you know, melee cold and a little bit of elemental damage, so this is kind of perfect for like leveling with Glacier for a while. And then we can also eventually, when we go into Shadow Strike, if we don't have anything better, it's like a substitute until we do get something better basically. I hate this run so much.
I cannot do that.
So I remember in the previous episode I mentioned I went on a tangent about Summon Raptor. I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on that. So basically, right, if you're like me and you really love dinosaurs, and you saw that you could get like a dinosaur companion on Beastmaster, it was like amazing. I thought, yo, this is gonna be sick. I'm gonna have like a raptor pack, or even like, you know, maybe you merge all the raptors into like, you know, like a bigger like dinosaur like Rex or something. Or, you know, I thought so many cool ideas about Summon Raptor when I was like looking at the skill. But then when you look at this skill tree, it's literally just like a stat stick. It's just got like, you know, multipliers and stuff, which is good, which you want it to obviously have lots of damage, but the thing is, it does absolutely nothing cool or unique, and the worst part in my opinion is that it doesn't have the one skill that Summon Wolf says that makes it so nice, which is the companion limit skill. Because, like, yeah, wolf pack, but you also have raptors also hunting packs, isn't it? So the whole idea I thought was like I could have like a raptor hunting pack, you know, have like 4 or 5 raptors and stuff. But no, there's absolutely nothing. You only have 2, which is why the clear on them is garbage. And they don't even have like an extra ability that's granted to them. Like, for example, you know how Sabretooth gets like that special swipe attack when you use I'm pretty sure it's when you use the totem, right? The Fury totem, and it gives like that extra attack. Raptor doesn't even have anything like that, so it's just like, unless you're using it, you know, purely for like role playing, there's no reason to ever use Raptor over any of the other companions, and especially wolves, because wolves turn into squirrels, and squirrels are just the best minion. So it's just kind of annoying. I really hope later on, like once they're not working on like releasing the game and stuff, when they're like, you know, just fine tuning it, that they do look at Summon Raptor just to make it a little bit like just more fun to use, really, I'd say. Does anyone else just find this area like incredibly rippy just because of like how when you kill these mobs they like erupt in this cold explosion that also chills you? So if you're playing like true melee or something, imagine if you're a warpath, right, and you have to warpath over these guys, like that's so annoying. Like imagine all of them explode on you, put like 10 stacks of chill on you and stuff. Like, I don't know, I think this is a super rippy area. Luckily I'm ranged, so it's alright, but like I dread doing this as melee, man. The Zarek boss fight is kind of funny, because like, even though he's tanky, you know, with his blocks and stuff, like, his damage is kind of low, so if you have any form of leech, basically, you don't even have to move. You can just stand in one spot and just spam ability, and then you'll just leech back any damage. Even that little pool of damage that he does on the ground, I think it's necrotic damage that he's doing there, and my necrotic res is only like, I think it's only at around like 30-40% around here, so it's not even like maxed or anything, but like, yeah, he's basically doing no damage, and any damage he does do is instantly leached back. It's just kind of funny. So I randomly came across this mob here, and he has like a proper health bar. Like, is he the new mini boss that came out with 0.9? Because like, he's very weak compared to the other mini bosses. I don't know. So I decided to swap over to Shadow Strike around this area because soon we're going to be switching over to using double swords and getting the dual wielding trait. And I think that in Spellblade, and I think that's like, this is a good time to move over just to see how it feels and stuff. And even now with this, because our staff has the nice, like, you know, melee cold damage, we're not losing too much damage, because I'm pretty sure at this point with this staff we'd still do more damage with Glacier, but it's alright. It's more just for testing purposes anyway, and Shadow Strike is so satisfying to play. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. this fight is such a gigantic meme on this build because we have the ward on melee hit and everything. We literally gain more ward than they do damage. Like I don't think our ward drops at all this entire fight, which is so funny, which is why I'm just stood in one spot while attacking them both. I don't think I've done that before in this fight. I just wanted to basically just like theory like think here, like what am I gonna do in the next episodes when I'm in the monoliths. I'm not sure if I should do it in this style where I just upload highlights of each monolith I do, like say if an item drops, or say if like, you know, we're close to a rip, or you know, something like that, or if there's like another style I should do it. So I'm just theorizing in my head now like what I can do with it, but like I guess I'll see. I mean, I'll try to make it as interesting as I can either way. Yeah.
No more games. You.
This cutscene is definitely like, I would think, like, you know, later on if they plan on doing like campaign updates like they did with chapter 1 earlier, then I think that they're gonna like overhaul this cutscene, because it's definitely like, it looks a bit dated, especially when you compare it to some of the newer stuff. So the build is definitely coming together a bit more now. The skills definitely have like more leveling need to be done, and I mainly need to get more damage, but yeah, I'm starting to like how it's feeling basically. Honestly, throughout the entirety of the campaign maps, I think this one is definitely my least favorite, considering it's literally the Alpine Halls map, which makes sense because that's everyone's least favorite, seeing as it's just confusing to get around and it's so long. So this one is the second to last boss that we're going to face in the campaign. It's not really that difficult, this one. The last boss is difficult because of how rippy it is, but then this one's not too bad. It's just like a bit weird because it keeps like duplicating and stuff.
All that's left is locating the lance.
This boss is definitely rippy if you aren't careful, because he can shotgun you with his ice attack, so I was definitely playing it safer than I normally would while I was fighting this guy. I just wanted to mention too, just at the end of this one, because I'm still thinking about it, like what new series I can start, because I've got like 2 in mind, but I'm not sure how to go about it. I could either go and play like some Guild Wars and do like some specific things in that Guild Wars 2, or I can go and play some like old PlayStation games and do them in my editing style. So like, I'm still planning it, and you'll probably see which one I choose later. I'm just like mentioning it here.
I am not a man of many pockets.
So yeah, that's all our passive points and our idle slots unlocked, so I'm done with the campaign now, and we're going to move over to doing monoliths. Still not sure how exactly I'm going to record the monoliths and get it out, but then I'm going to try to like get it out in a nice like structured way and everything. But yeah, thank you for watching the video, and hopefully I don't die in the next episode instantly when we get into monoliths. Thank you, bye.